Okay, so this is going to be your walkthrough for the backside of Conceptual Worksheet 2-2, the charts. This will just take you through that first chart, and hopefully that'll be enough to get you through the rest. Okay, so let me just give you a little background first. So if you are looking at the first second of travel there, it's slowing down during that first second from 30 to 20 meters per second. So it's not going the same speed that entire first second. It's changing its speed the entire second. So what you can do, or what you know about that time, that 1 second, is that half of the time it's moving faster than 25 meters per second, and the other half of the time it's moving slower than 25 meters per second. So that means that you know during that 1 second it's as though it had an average speed of 25 meters per second. So this is the idea that we're going to use for all this. So if you take the average speed of halfway in between 30 and 20, it's 25 meters per second. You then calculate the distance you would travel in that second using d equals v times t. And of course, it's 25 meters per second for 1 second, and that gives you 25 meters you would travel. And so you would be 25 meters above the cliff. And then you just continue this. And so between 20 and 10, you would have an average of 15 meters per second. Use your d equals v times t to find that you would travel a distance of 15 meters. Now that's 15 meters in the next second, so that's 15 meters more. So we're going to add that to the 25, and that would give you 40. And this just continues on. So now we have 25 and 40. We're looking at the second where we're going from 10 to 0 meters per second. That average speed would be, of course, 5 meters per second. Solve for the distance if you travel that for 1 second, and that would be 5 meters. Again, that's 5 meters in that 1 second, which is 5 meters more. So that pushes us up to 45 meters above the cliff. And then we start heading back down, so it goes from 0 to negative 10 meters per second, which would give us an average of negative 5 meters per second. We use our equation, which of course is really easy since it's always times 1, and we find we travel negative 5 meters, which means we would subtract that, right? Now we're headed back down from our highest point above the cliff, and that would give us 40 meters. And so you just continue this calculation, and so I'm just going to show you here in the chart, right? Negative 10 to negative 20 would be 15, negative 15, and so you subtract 15 off of that, and you get 25. And then negative 20 to negative 30, you subtract 25, right, would be the average between those, and so that brings you back to 0. Now you're right back at the cliff, the ball or rocks coming right back past you. And then the average between negative 30 and negative 40 would be negative 35, so you travel negative 35 meters below the cliff. And then, of course, in the next second, at 8 seconds, you'd be traveling negative 50, because you accelerate by 10 each second. And the average between negative 40 and negative 50 is negative 45, and that would add to the negative 35, and you would get a negative 80. So hopefully that helps you set up. The next one's pretty much identical to that. It just starts at a faster speed, and then that last column, you can just create it from anywhere you want. So hopefully that'll get it. If not, feel free to ask me in class, or just add a reply to this video, and I'll try and answer your question.